A chapter on personality styles would not be complete without the Myers-Briggs type indicator. Carl Jung, psychologist, believed that differences in individual behavior resulted from preferences in how we go about gathering and evaluating information for solving problems and making decisions. One of the most widely used tests in the United States is the Myers-Briggs type indicator. This assessment is one way of measuring how individuals differ in these areas. The MBTI instrument focuses on 4 pairs of attributes to classify people in one of 16 different personality types. Introversion versus extroversion. In this dimension, it focuses on where people gain interpersonal strength and mental energy. Extroverts gain energy from being around others and interacting with others, whereas introverts gain energy by focusing on personal thoughts and feelings. Sensing versus intuition. This dimension identifies how a person absorbs information. Those with a sensing preference gather and absorb information through the 5 senses, whereas intuitive people rely on less direct perceptions. Intuitives, for example, focus more on patterns, relationships, and hunches than on direct perception of facts and details. Thinking versus feeling. This dimension relates to how much consideration a person gives to emotions in making a decision. Feeling types tend to rely more on their values and sense of what is right and wrong, and they consider how a decision will affect other people's feelings. Thinking types tend to rely more on logic and being very objective in decision making. Judging versus perceiving. This dimension concerns an individual's attitudes towards ambiguity and how quickly a person makes a decision. People with a judging preference like certainty and closure. Perceiving people, on the other hand, enjoy ambiguity. They dislike deadlines, and they may change their minds several times before making a final decision. The various communications of these preferences result in 16 unique types. Individuals develop unique strengths and weaknesses as a result of their preferences for introversion versus extroversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. People's awareness of their preferences, training, and life experiences can cause them to change their preferences over time. Research reveals some interesting, although tentative, findings. For example, although extroversion is often considered an important trait for a leader, leaders in the real world are about equally divided between introverts and extroverts. In regard to the sensing versus intuition dimension, data reveal that sensing types are the majority in fields where the focus is on the immediate and tangible, like banking and finance and manufacturing. However, in areas that involve breaking new ground or long-range planning, intuitive leaders are in the majority. Thinking, as opposed to feeling, types are more common among leaders in business and industry, as well as the realm of science. Finally, one of the most consistent findings is that judging types are in the majority among the leaders that were studied. The important thing is you have to work with these different personality types. Personality differences can create an innovative environment but also lead to stress, conflict, and negative feelings. Leaders can work more effectively with different personality types by following some very simple guidelines. Understanding your own personality and how you react to others. Leaders should avoid judging people based on limited knowledge and realize that everyone has different facets to their personality. Treating everyone with respect. Even if leaders find someone's personality grating, they should remain professional and keep their irration to themselves. Acknowledge each person's strength. Everyone should be recognized for their unique talents, so leaders should be sure to acknowledge and make use of people's useful personality characteristics. Strive for understanding. A good approach to take with a personality type widely different from the leader's is to clarify questions every time there's a potential for miscommunication. And remember that everyone wants to fit in. Leaders can create norms that keep everyone focused on positive interactions and high performance. You'll be taking the Myers-Briggs in this particular chapter, and I'll be adding a few defining videos for this if you wish to view them.